in this reheating we will be using only one compressor, but here we will be using two turbines. So let us consider there is a compressor like this, into which air is entering at condition 1, and process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression happening. Let us say 1 to 2 is isentropic compression. Then this air enters into the combustion chamber here. So air enters into the combustion chamber, and at constant pressure the temperature increases to condition 3. Now this air enters into a turbine, and here we named this turbine as the high pressure turbine. So this is high pressure turbine here. The reason is the pressure after compression will be highest. So that's why we have considered this turbine as the high pressure turbine based on the entry condition pressure. So here P2 equal to P3, which is the highest pressure of the cycle. So that's why at highest pressure air is entering into the turbine. This turbine is named as high pressure turbine. Now in this high pressure turbine, air gets expanded from 3 to 4 and enters into a device called reheater here. So in the reheater, at constant pressure heat is added. At constant pressure heat is added from 4 to 5, and with this highest temperature, because of reheating, air enters into another turbine called low pressure turbine, because the entry pressure at condition 5 is less than the entry pressure at condition 3. So P3 is greater than P5. That is the reason we named this turbine as high pressure turbine and this turbine as the low pressure turbine. So in the low pressure turbine, isentropic expansion takes place from 5 to 6 like this, and at condition 6 this enters into a heat exchanger if this is a closed cycle, or if it is an open cycle, this will be let out into the atmosphere. In the heat exchanger at constant pressure, heat rejection takes place and this cycle again continues. Now in this particular reheating concept, whatever is the power that is developed by the low pressure turbine, that power we call it as net power. The reason is here, whatever is the work developed by the high pressure turbine, that is completely utilized by the compressor. So that means whatever is the work input that is required for the compressor, that will be totally supplied from the high pressure turbine, and whatever is the output that is coming from the low pressure turbine, that will be completely available for further utilization. That's why the net power output is the power that is developed by the low pressure turbine here. Now let us draw the TS diagram here. If we draw the TS diagram in this particular case, process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition like this, 2 to 3. Then 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion in the high pressure turbine. So 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion. Then 4 to 5 is reheating in the reheater. This is constant pressure reheating. And 5 to 6 is isentropic expansion in the low pressure turbine. And 6 to 1 is constant pressure heat rejection in the heat exchanger. Now, here, try to understand carefully. The net work output is equal to work developed by the low pressure turbine, and work input to the compressor is equal to work developed by the high pressure turbine. Here, heat supplied will be in the combustion chamber. The total heat supplied will be heat supplied in the combustion chamber as well as heat supplied in the reheater. Heat supplied in the reheater. So therefore, the thermal efficiency will be net work done by the total heat supplied. So that means net work done by heat supplied in the combustion chamber as well as heat supplied in the reheater we need to consider. Now try to understand here, dear students, carefully, that even though there is an increase in the net power output, the thermal efficiency in this case also decreases because of additional heat supplied in the reheater. So here, as the heat supplied is also increasing, even though there is an increase in the net power output, the thermal efficiency decreases. So this is the case of reheating here. So in both intercooling and reheating, the thermal efficiency is decreasing even though there is an improvement in the work output because of more amount of heat additions. Now let us see the formulas of work developed by or work input to the compressor. This is H2 minus H1. This is equal to mCp T2 minus T1. Work developed by the high pressure turbine. This will be H3 minus H4, which can be written as mCp T3 minus T4. And work developed by the low pressure turbine is equal to, so work developed by the low pressure turbine is H5 minus H6. So this is mCp T5 minus T6. Heat supplied in the combustion chamber. Heat supplied is during process 2 to 3. So H3 minus H2 or mCp T3 minus T2. This is heat supplied in the combustion chamber, and heat supplied in the reheater. So reheating is happening from 4 to 5. So H5 minus H4, you can write this as mCp T5 minus T4. So this is heat supplied in the reheater. So these formulas we need to remember. Apart from this, we need to also know about what is perfect reheating condition. So coming to this perfect reheating, so in order to have perfect reheating, the pressure ratios in both the turbines should be same. So pressure ratios in both the turbines should be same means P3 by P4 must be equal to P5 by P6. So P3 by P4 must be equal to P5 by P6. So that implies in the reheater pressure is remaining constant. So P4 is equal to P5. This will be under root of P3 P6 or under root of P1 P2. So why we have written like this is, try to understand here carefully. P2 is equal to P3 and P6 is equal to P1. The intermediate pressure or the reheater pressure is P4 equal to P5. So this P4 equal to P5 will be the geometric mean of the maximum pressure and minimum pressure of the cycles. So then only the perfect reheating condition can be obtained. That means perfect reheating has happened is indicated by these temperatures P3 and P5, sorry, T3 and T5. If T3 is equal to T5, then we can say that perfect reheating has happened. So that means the temperature at entry to both the turbines should be same. So when temperature at entry to both the turbines is same, then we can say that this is perfect reheating.